With the new balance changes made in patch 4.4, Karmaset is expected to be one of the best decks in the game. This BARD RENEKTON deck uses chimes and buffs like Xenotype Researchers to make huge overwhelm units and destroy these set karma lists with Curse of the Tomb. Getting immediately into round 1, we're placed against Karmaset. In our opening hand, we decide to toss the Rampaging Bakai, and we draw Bloodletters off of it. We pass round 1. Round 2, we draw Bakai Reaper and drop Asmus. Round 3, we draw Bird and hit 1 chime onto him. Opponent plays out a Pit Professional, and in response we play Xenotype Researchers. Opponent attacks with the Pit Professional and I decide to trade in. Round 4, draw Rite of Negation, play out a Void Blaster. Opponent plays out a Solari Sunhawk, so we won't be attacking this round. Opponent then plays a Place Your Bets, draws 2 cards, makes 2 coins. Round 5, we draw a Buried Armory. Opponent plays out a set. I decide to play a Bloodletters on my Void Blaster. Opponent passes, we play Buried Armory, and then opponent decides to attack Asmus with set, killing it. Then I play out a Bird and a Bakai Reaper. Round 6, draw a Void Blaster with 2 chimes. Play it out. Opponent responds with a Facebreaker onto both of my Void Blasters, and I choose not to deny. I play Ruthless Predator with my Bird attacking set. Opponent has no response, and we kill his set and hit 2 damage to face. Round 7. Draw a Bakai Reaper off the top of the deck. Opponent drops the second set. We play out Treasure of the Sands onto our Bakai Reaper. He attacks with set, pulling the Void Blaster. We skip block. Play out the Jelani, killing our newly spawned Dark Enthrall. And we pass. Round 8. We draw a Buried Armory off the top. Decide to attack in with everything. Opponent blocks with Sunhawk and set. We hit 10 damage to face and kill their second set. Opponent drops the first Mixologist. We play a Buried Armory. And opponent drops the second Mixologist. And we play our Bakai Reaper. Round 9. Draw a Void Blaster with 1 chime on it. Opponent plays a Shadow Assassin, drawing 1. We play our Void Blaster. Opponent plays out a Pit Professional. We decide to pass, and opponent plays out a second Pit Professional. Round 10. We get a Renekton with +3/+3 off the top and get the Treasure of the Sands. We play out Renekton. Opponent responds with a Facebreaker, which I decide to deny. Opponent responds with a deny of their own, and we resolve. I play out the Treasure of the Sands onto my Void Blaster. Opponent plays another stun. And we attack in with everything. Round 11. We draw Curse of the Tomb, wasting 4 chimes. Opponent starts with a Guiding Touch, drawing 1. Playing a top-decked Place Your Bets, drawing another 2. Playing a top-decked Pale Cascade, really digging for that karma. And then they play their stack of 11 coins. And drop the leveled karma. We put Treasure of the Sands on our Void Blaster. They play the 3rd Mixologist. And attack in with the Shadow Assassin, and we have no choice but to take the damage. Round 12. Draw +3/+3 Bakai off the top. Drop it, striking Karma. Opponent chooses to deny, and we have to let that resolve. We swing in with all of our big overwhelms. Opponent thinks for a second, blocks with all 3 Mixologists, plays a copied We Stand Together to prevent the overwhelm damage, blocks with their Shadow Assassin, and uses a tag out to try and get the Void Blaster back to hand. But with Curse of the Tomb, we're going to deal double damage on Overwhelm, and that's going to be game. Getting into game 2, we're playing against Zed Gwyn. Going to be looking for a more aggressive mulligan here. We decide to throw away the Curse of the Tomb and the Rampaging Bakai and find a Renekton and a Bakai Reaper, which we play out on turn 1. Round 2, we draw Darkened Bloodletters. We play out BARD. Opponent responds with a Shark Chariot, and we play the Bloodletters on BARD. Then we attack in for 4 damage. Round 3, we draw Darkened Bloodletters with a Chime hitting Renekton. Opponent plays out a Zed, attacks, and we're going to be forced to block Zed with a BARD here. We do get a Dark Enthrall, which we equip with a Bloodletters. It goes to a 4/3, and we pass the turn. Round 4, we draw a Merciless Hunter off the top and drop Renekton. Opponent responds with an Opulent Foyer, and we play Ruthless Predator on Renekton hitting Zed. Attack in for 9 with the Renekton, and get the extra Slay proc on the Reaper. Opponent uses Mark of the Isles, and we hit 8 damage to face. Opponent plays a Shadow Apprentice. Round 5. Opponent drops a Gwyn. That's scary. We drop a Merciless Hunter on the Shadow Apprentice so we can pull it for overwhelm damage. Opponent attacks in with everything, threatening lethal. And here we're forced to block with the Merciless Hunter to prevent lethal. And we play the Bloodletters onto Renekton for some extra damage. Round 6. We top deck a Rite of Negation, which saves me from a potential Dragon Ambush from my opponent. So I play out a Merciless Hunter, targeting Gwyn. Opponent does have the Dragon Ambush. Thank God we drew that right. We play it, denying their play. And swing in with all of our units, pulling the 1/1 with Renekton, swinging for lethal, and that's going to be game.